So today I wanted to respond to Rincey's video over on Book Riot about like an offline reading life, because I think nowadays with all of BookTube, everything is online and it can be exhausting, to be really honest. You sometimes it's just like I want to just disconnect from everything, because there's just like added pressure. You're showing every a bunch of people that are you've connected with over books, which is awesome. But you're showing them like what you're reading, and you just have like this added like need to want to finish the book so you can talk about it with the people that I finish it as well. And it's ridiculous because like why is this like a pressure that's there for some people? Because you should just be reading because you want to read something, which is something I've said countless times before. And you've like it shouldn't just be because this is the book that everyone's reading. Okay, if it is the book that everyone's reading and you want to read it because it sounds awesome, that's good. But you shouldn't be pressured into reading something because you don't like. If you don't want to read it, you don't want to read it. And then going along, when you like post about something, if you don't want to read like finish it, then don't finish it. Like I used to be really hard on myself before booktube about like I have to finish something, and now I'm like, if I'm like 100 pages in or less, and I'm like, why am I reading this? I'm gonna stop because there's no point on me wasting my time and suffering through something that I'm not gonna enjoy. Like I'm not gonna give it a freaking 3, 4, 5 star rating. Talking about Goodread ratings and such, like it's just like now everything is also because of Goodreads. You have this like added thought, oh, how many ratings is this? As you're reading a book, which is crazy to me. Like I found myself being like starting and I'm like, you already start like calculating in your head, which is like the internet, man, the internet. And I'll post like let's say pictures on Instagram of like library haul or something, because that's where I used to get a lot of my books. Now I've been like buying it slightly more, so those I'm like eventually gonna get to. But it's like I'm saying these are the books I'm gonna read, and it's expected for me to read them eventually. So if I'm asked about them and I haven't read them, I kind of like sometimes I'm like, ooh. Like before I used to feel guilty. Now I'm like, haven't read it. You know how many books I own? So yeah, I definitely think it's important and healthy to have an offline like reading thing. You don't have to post everything. You can keep your own thing that like record if you don't want to post everything on Goodreads. And I think it's actually cool how Rincey went and like just completely like she's she doesn't have a TBR on Goodreads anymore, I believe she said, which is awesome. I went and checked, and I have like 1,000 books that I just have continued to check, want to read, and I feel like I go through them once in a while to just like delete some that I'm like I'm not interested in that anymore. But that's an interesting thing to think about. Like if you just go and don't don't have anything in your TBR except what you own and what's in your face, and then what as you go on in social media, I'm sure that whatever book you wanted to read will come up again because that is the way of BookTube and Twitter and everything. So yeah, just wanted to ramble on about how there can be a balance of offline and online book worlds. So yeah, let me know your thoughts because I think it's a very interesting topic and if how it influences your reading. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.